position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will have first crack at this one. Talk about a dynamic duo in the passing game. We certainly have that in this one. They challenge defenses at every level, Jesse.
And this is arguably the best quarterback-wide receiver combo in the entire nation. And David, I feel like every week defenses try to come up with plans to stop these two. No one's been able to do it yet. They get their passes completed. They throw touchdowns. And right now, this is a massive challenge for this defense today.
Yeah, and there's a lot of great receivers in the country that don't have the great trigger man. But he's got both. So they can attack the whole field. He can get it a multitude of ways. Like, these are two superstars at the top of their game.
All right, let's get it. Ready. Takes the handoff. It's Robinson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
They'll line up for a second down play. The play action fake. Caught behind the line. It's Helms. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. The short hands, it's Sategna. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up fourth down. The Sooners send out the punt unit.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
So Georgia's offense will have its first possession of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. defensive tackle up front.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
Under fire. Finds the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. The official says no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Gets away from one, finds room. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got the first down, looking for more. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Sategna. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
They try to pop a run on the draw, and they just can't square him up, and he gets down to the 36. The Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Sooner! Excellent pass by the back on the option. You want to make sure this Boomer Sooner crowd gets it going early. That is one way to get it done.
And we get to break out the Sooner schooner. The wagon gets to come out. Everybody gets jacked up. Everybody gets excited. Oklahoma has an electric atmosphere. And when these fans get involved early like this, good luck.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? From the gun, the running back has it. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
To the air, it's Hoover. Just a short pass to the tight end. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
It's a really nice throw. It's so impressive watching this Oklahoma passing attack now. You think back to Bob Stoops taking over as head coach in 1999 and bringing with him the air raid offense, a style of passing attack that still wasn't very prevalent in college football at the time, but since then they've always had good quarterback play and guys that could play up tempo, make good decisions. This dude right here, he fits in perfectly with what they're trying to do throwing the ball in Norman, Oklahoma.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Third down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Gibson. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. How much easier is it when you have all the time in the world to figure out where you want to throw it?
Yeah, it's so easy. He goes through his progressions. You can tell very comfortable. You got to hit the quarterback. You got to affect the quarterback. You got to speed him up somehow. They didn't on that play, and that looked about as easy of a pitch and catch as you can get.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Rides the back on the option to give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ole Miss has the lead right now, but I don't care if it's Archie or Eli back there. We've come to learn that no lead is safe inside Vaught Hemingway. They're up by a field goal over East Carolina. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Pulls and fires complete. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Georgia going up tempo. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Skips away from pressure. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Offense lining up quickly.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
He leaves it with his back. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. First play of the period will be a second down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. Ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You know, Oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the...
Breaks into the open. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They really need to find a way to generate some offense here, having fallen behind 13-zip. On the run, it's Frazier. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Dropping back, it's Hoover. Jumps his way for more. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. Georgia comes quickly to the line. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
The Bulldogs can really attack on this second and short. Power football with the run. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. Rides to back and leaves it. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but Dave, you've got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take it. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Pocket breaking down. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Going for the big play. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Sooners will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
On the move, it's Frazier. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Wants to throw. It's Hoover. Gets it out quickly. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. Fakes to grab. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a 1st down.
And the offense showing off this short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Running back searching for a hole. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. It's complete on the right side. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. They're going to run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air, it's Hoover. Zings it complete to the right. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll make some adjustments. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. They'll go to the air. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Always expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Texas Tech was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Grant Harrell and Michael Crabtree used to deliver in that memorable 11-win season of 2008. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle and feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Sooners come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Plows through the defense. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill. And I think that was a big factor on...
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Here comes the heat. Oh, better look out. Still on his feet at the 40. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And that's the problem, man. You want to heat this guy up. You want to bring some pressure, but you see the other side of that coin. You bring pressure, he sees it, he can run, get the first down. This defense, it's kind of a pick your poison. Too soft, too laid back, he runs it and takes off. Too much pressure, he can run it and run away from guys and take off. So, nice 3rd down conversion by the quarterback.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Oh, they're after him. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin. And you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
Makes the grab.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to pass. It's Hoover. Moves away as he feels pressure. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be 4th down. And the field goal unit is on the field. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And it's no good. He missed it. They missed an opportunity to cut this deficit in half, still down by 6. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Sooners will kick it away to crank up the second half. fourth, return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Quick release on the RPO. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Georgia going up tempo.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
They'll try the run. Shoots his way for more. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. The give on the option. Nice move to pick up yardage. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long. And you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break. And they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
Got it behind the line. It's Robinson. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. With the catch, it's Gibson. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. The quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Wants to throw it. Grabbed in the middle. It's McIntyre. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line. Defense is on its heels. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. Dead center perfect. That'll make it a 2-score game at 16-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Ole Miss has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet there in the Grove. They're up by 10 over East Carolina. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now. And any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. And the Bulldogs racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little...
Turning it on! He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for a loss.
Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Complete to the right. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Got it in the middle. It's Gibson. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO fake. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind him.
Makes the grab on third. Gets it inside the 5, down to the floor, and it'll be first and goal.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screwed. Because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
The Sooners will try to put one on the board on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they take it in for 6 more points. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. He's looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Robinson. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wiley.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job. Great catch.
Intercepted. The defense has set him up. Just plowing ahead. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big... Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Great place to start for this offense. Got some room headed to the goal line. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting nothing done on first down, second and goal from the 6. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Nice execution by this defense on second and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line.
Number 29 on the field.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They've already put this game in a hammerlock, and now they'll go for the submission hold on fourth and goal. He is denied. Stopped just short of the goal line. Pushed his way to the 1 and could go no further, and they'll turn it over on downs. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. And the roar is reverberating throughout this stadium as the defense has them pinned deep. Fires to the tight end.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Man, I love being an edge player late in the ball game. You got the lead. You know it's a pass. They got to throw the football to get back in it. Flying off the edge. They can't block him. They can't stop him, and he gets the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Standing in his own end zone, looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Frazier. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
And the Dogs have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. That's reeled in, it's Tatum. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Looking to throw again. Unloads to the right. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Georgia sends out the punt team. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
On the move.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
The Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Off play action. Got him downfield. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Runs through the tackle. Got enough for the 1st down. Touchdown Sooner! And the punishment has been extended. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes, continue to feed this.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. Navy handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. Never a dull moment when it comes to the American. Back to you guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You've got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Finally brought down, but what a play not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They're going to open this drive with a pass. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. Looking for space. It's Robinson. He breaks a tackle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Operating in the red zone here on second down. It'll be a draw. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go when you...
Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll run it out of the shotgun. There he goes. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. To the ground with the back.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Right back to him on the ground. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down, and what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Dogs headed quickly to the line.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB, because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. To the air, it's Hoover. Finds his man, it's Humphreys. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
And that's kind of crazy. I didn't think that would happen coming into this football game. I didn't think we'd get in the 4th quarter and just call his name. This offense, man, he is a big play, dynamic.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Quick completion on the out. Got enough space, and he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
Moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
From the 22 on 1st and 10. They want that clock to run. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Sooners with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Robinson. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. It's good, and that was dead solid, perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter is sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we're looking pretty good.
We're ready ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The offense changing the play. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Oh, he wants it all. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Looking to the big tight end.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Sooner! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. They tackle a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Coastal Carolina was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Conway. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. All that speculation all week, and now we know. And something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the 1st down. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. This guy is doing work on the outside, and the sweet toe cap to stay in bounds there.
How about the sweet feet? I mean, it's so hard to know where you're at on the sidelines and have good body control. You can tell he did. Gets the feet down, secures the catch. That is a nice catch. Nice footwork, young fella.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Fires to the big fella. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. To the air on 1st down. He'll pull it down. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. The give to the running back from the shotgun. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
That's caught. It's Humphries. And he slips the first defender and picks up a handful of yards. Georgia going up tempo. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Snagged out of the air.
Awesome body control and great job, too, knowing where he is on the field to make sure he got his feet down in bounds. At this point, this guy's been open all over the field, and if I'm the QB, man, I keep throwing him the ball.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires left. Got his man. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Barrels ahead. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, and make plays.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get punched in the face and lose by double figures.
Not a lot of drama, but there is a lot to fix. On offense, on defense, on special teams. This team, David, they've got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, but you know what, Jesse? The coaches are going to